What's going on, everyone? It's Innovation Yugioh here, bringing you guys another top 10 video today. And this week, today's top 10 video, I'm going to talk about 10 Floodgate Yu-Gi-Oh cards everyone forgot about. But before we get to the actual video, you guys already know the protocol. Smash that like button. Today's like goal is to get to 200 likes. Let's try to reach today's goal. And I have to announce last month's giveaway winner. The giveaway winner is Fernando Bahina. Fernando, hit me up on my Facebook fan page for I can with your address so I can ship out the Spirit of the Warrior MetaMask Playmat to you, and congrats for winning. And I will be doing another giveaway sometime this month. I just don't know what I'm going to be giving away, so be on the lookout for that giveaway as well. And if you guys like all that stuff, you guys can subscribe. But yeah, you guys didn't come here for all that. You guys came here for 10 Floodgate cards that everyone forgot about. So let's get into it. Starting out by saying, why did I want to make this video? Well, the reason is because a few guys asked me, hey Chris, when are you gonna make another Floodgate Yu-Gi-Oh video? And I'm like, well, the floodgates really haven't changed since last month. But with that being said, I can't talk about floodgates everyone forgot about, because we are gonna get the ban list within probably a week or two, maybe even this week. And with that being said, we don't know how the meta is going to shape out, so I feel like it's really optimal to let you guys know what cards you should look forward to fighting off any meta and how it may change for the near future. So starting off with my number 10 Floodgate, Thunder King Rai-Oh. Now Thunder King is an original Floodgate from back in the day. It's a cream de la cream, originally a jump promo. Effect pretty much reads, neither player can add cards from their deck to their hand except by drawing them. Then while he's in the field, if you're trying to special summon via like a link summon or a synchro summon, you can just negate the summon and destroy that monster. His floodgating ability comes in the fact that he stops both players from searching, which is really good because in a deck like, let's say for example back in the Necrovalley format, if you bring off Thunder King, you're pretty much effed. Like there's nothing your opponent can do to a card like Thunder King unless they just try to beat it over, because his 1900 power is nothing to laugh at. And in today's meta, he pretty much craps on Spiral. So with that being said, Thunder King Rai-Oh is definitely a solid card to look up as a Floodgate in today's meta, and something that's hidden that a lot of players forgot about because no one's talking about the card because no one's playing the card. Number 9, Necrovalley. Now Necrovalley is a card that I neglected and put on one of my lists back in the day. And yeah, this is a card that it should be on every Floodgate player's radar, or every rogue player's radar. If Floodgate's ability comes in the fact that it says negate any card effect that would move a card in the graveyard to a different place. Negate any card effect that changes types or attributes in the graveyard. Very solid for the graveyard based decks. It can stop things like Monster Reborn and etc. I mean, it's a plus in Gravekeepers, but a lot of players use it in a lot of beatdown decks. With that being said, Necrovalley is a card that has not been seeing a lot of play recently, and it could definitely be seen against the Spiral matchup. Dinosaurs and etc. So that being said, if you guys want a quick, easy Floodgate to look at, check out Necrovalley because it is that good card. Number 8, Lose One Turn. Now, Skill Drain is pretty much the more better version of Lose One Turn, but Lose One Turn is still pretty solid. Effect pretty much reads, activates the card on if you currently control no special summon monsters. While a monster is face up on the field, negate its effects during the turn that monster was special summoned. If an effect monster special summon attack position, change to the defensive position. So not only does it negate effects, it changes monsters to a different position, allowing the player who made their board an established board. If you flip this up, you're going to be in a good position. I mean, Lose One Turn is very good in Cleave-Force, and when decks like Cleave-Force getting support, I can definitely see this as a card you guys should be have on your radar. It's a card attacking your Cleave-Force, and a card to expect against a Cleave-Force matchup, because it is that good, because it just negates and piss stuff in the defense, and it can just benefit in the deck like Cleave-Force. Coming to number 7, Messenger of Peace. Now this is a Floodgate from back in the day, and it even saw a lot of play in the Dino Rabbit format because it can Floodgate any deck with beefy monsters. Effect pretty much reads, monsters with 1500 more attack cannot declare attack. Once per turn during your standby phase, pay 100 life points to destroy this card. Very simple, easy effect. What monster that's doing some serious damage ain't poking more than 1500? I mean, like, it's one of those cards, like, it's easy to out because we have card effects like, you know, Spiral Master Plan, not Spiral Master Plan, but Spiral Super Agent. We have cards like Blow a Load Dragon. Just cards that can destroy Messenger Piece and back row in general. But with that being said, it's just getting this out on a player who plays really, on a deck that plays really slow, that doesn't have a lot of natural destruction, can pretty much put them in a crappy position. Like I said, it used to get ran back in the 2012 lineup format, and it was a card, it's one of the original OG Floodgates from, I believe, Legend of Blue Eyes. So yeah, man, check out Messenger of Peace if you guys want something to stop certain decks. I mean, I can definitely see it good against decks like Cosmo. I actually know it's scratch deck. It's terrible against Cosmos. But any deck that doesn't run a lot of back row hate is pretty good. So in formats without back row removal, where people aren't really running a lot of back row in general, people take the back row negate out of their deck, you can probably take this card and install it for a few turns. Number 6, Rivalry of Warlords. So it's kind of hard to say if this is on the people's radar or not, or people forgot about it, but it's not played a lot in the meta, and it's really good in decks like Masked Heroes that focuses on one type of monster. Another great example is good in Blue Eyes. Not Blue Eyes, but it's good in Six Samurai. So with that being said, it's just really solid. Factory once reads, each player can only control one type of monster. Send all artificial monsters they control to the graveyard. Very solid in what it does. It can pretty much lock an opponent out of the game who run decks like Pendulums, and any deck in the future that's going to run multiple types of monsters in one deck. Coming to list number 5, Summon Limit. Now, this is a card that was heavily debated back in the Zodiac era, and even debated some in the beginning of the Spiral era. Neither player can summon more than 2 times per turn. I have a feeling Summon Limit will be played eventually in the Link format because it is really solid. I mean, you get your normal summon off, you get your special summon, you can't make your Link play. That's really freaking good because if your opponent made an established board, they're always going to be one step ahead of you. If you go first on your opponent, you're always going to be one step ahead of your opponent. It simplifies the game state, which makes this card really good. So with that being said, it's on this list at number 5 because it's just solid, and it simplifies the game state and it slows the game down. And if the player who opens it goes first and making an established board, unless your opponent has an out to it, it's GG, no re. Coming to number 4, Prohibition. Now, Prohibition is a card that fluctuates in and out of formats, which is why it's a forgotten card. I mean, any deck that revolves around one card, this card just completely obliterates. Declare one card name, that card cannot be used, including effects and etc. And then cards face down on the field aren't included, but with that being said, the card is solid because imagine playing against a deck, like for example Heroes, that revolve around Dark Law. You call it Dark Law, well they're SOL because especially with the Link rules and we can't spam to the board. So yeah, man, Prohibition is definitely a solid card to pick up, just to have it as a floodgate that can fluctuate in and out of metas, depending on when you have decks in the meta that revolve around one card. Great examples of this was Evil Swarms. Let's see, another example was, I guess I could kind of say Dark Worlds with Graph. So yeah, man, Prohibition is very solid. Coming to number 3, Banisher Radiance. Now, with Macrocosmos being at 1, the Dimensional Fisher being at 1, we do need cards to banish your opponent's stuff. And what's better than Banisher Radiance? It's pretty much Macrocosmos on legs. It does kind of lose the kaijus, but with that being said, it's just one of those cards that's just stopping your opponent's graveyard. It's like Dark Law, but weaker. And at the same time, it sends any card. So spell cards, decks like Paleozoic suffer from this. Yeah, man, Banisher is just a all-out crazy floodgate. Just banishes everything. I mean, there's nothing more to be said about that other than it just banishes everything, and it's a solid card to have on the field. And no one's playing it, but they played it a lot back in the day. So yeah, man, be on the radar for this card and be on the lookout for this card. And heck, collect it if you want to pick it up. Number 2, Deck Lockdown. Now, kind of like Thunder King Rai-Oh, if you don't want to drop the monster summon and waste your normal summon on a card like Thunder King, cards like Deck Lockdown could be pretty good. Another card that could be pretty good is Mistake. But I like Deck Lockdown because I feel like people expect Mistake. They don't really think about Deck Lockdown, and it's really solid. Neither player can add cards from their deck to their hand, except by drawing them. Monsters can be special from the deck. Destroy this card during some standby phase after activation. It's really solid if Gladiator Beast ever become popular again, and against decks other than Gladiator Beast. I mean, stopping searching is good enough. I mean, what else do you expect? So with that being said, Deck Lockdown is a very solid card. So keep it on your radar, just keep it in the back of your mind because it can be played and it will be played when decks and the meta calls for it. The last card on this one I'm going to talk about is Denko Sekka. This card literally changes the way we do our draw phase, standby phase, main phase 1, because if you mess up and don't call your phases, it's GG no read. Because your opponent can say, well, you didn't give me a chance to say what I want to do. You didn't give me a chance if I want to activate something. So Denko Sekka effectively made people call out their phases, especially a person playing it. And heck, you can even start bluffing. You could be like draw phase, standby phase, main phase 1, you can activate anything. And if they say no, you can Denko Sekka, and they are effed with no grease. So, with all that being said, man, post your thoughts and opinions about this video in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you haven't. This is Innovation Yugioh, and I'm signing out, man. Peace and stay innovative. Deuces.